Now, as you all know, Leon has testified, and he's been here a few weeks ago to tell him about our journey of COVID. And as you know, we lost our daughter 2 years ago. But I say we didn't lose her; the Lord gained her, and our children are not ours. We have to give them back sometime. And it's just one of those things that somebody that won't understand if they don't walk the road that we've walked with the Lord, to know that He gave little Zoe to us, and her name means abundant life. And while I was pregnant with her, I was wandering for a name, and I got this name in a dream, and the Lord showed me a pink blanket, and He said to me, Zoe. And I didn't understand, because the doctor said it was a boy. And I said to them, it can't be a boy. It's a pink blanket, her name is Zoe. And the next owner, it was a girl. So she said to me, why are you crying? I can't understand. Are you happy or are you sad? So I was very happy. So little Zoe was born. She was given 3 months to live. The doctor drew a line, said enjoy each smile, because she's not going to live long. And a dear friend of ours came, and he prayed, and he said he cancels those words because he isn't God. And we believed in every moment which she lived. We gave her a normal life. We let her do horse riding, even though she had brain surgery. She wasn't supposed to be doing that. She wasn't supposed to be doing swimming lessons. She wasn't supposed to be playing. But she even went ice skating. We let her do everything that a normal kid could do. And the day she died, it was actually on 11 years and 11 months exactly. And in the funeral, the Lord also came, and He showed us the 11-11 as a confirmation that she was only supposed to live 11 years and 11 months. So she even actually asked the time just before she passed, because she was so badly wanted to go and fetch her brother at school. She just did not want to miss Tyron to be collected. So she asked the nurse, what time is it? Because we need to fetch my brother. And the nurse said, my darling, it's 11 minutes past 11 and you can make a wish. And I know the wish she made. She made the wish to go to heaven. But COVID came, and the Lord gives you things that you don't actually understand, because you think, oh, okay, I've been praying this whole time, I want to go to Zoe. You actually feel like almost like you don't want to live anymore. You give up. I was in grief. I was 2 years lying in bed, having a visual of her lungs coming out of her mouth, wasn't able to eat any meat. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't hear sirens of any hospital things. If I heard anything about blood, I ran. I was very traumatized on medication, and here I know I have to go to hospital. My son, standing at the door, he's lost his dear sister, and he cannot get over that. And he watched his father go into an ambulance and ride away, and then he called the ambulance for me. Luckily, Vilti and a good friend of mine were there to catch him. And it was very traumatic for him. But he managed to get up, and he did the washing, and he did everything. He was just a star. He looked after us very well. But during hospital, it was a funny journey, because the Lord sent me to 3 different rooms. And in each room, He gave me people that helped me heal. So I had a Down syndrome lady. I had an 87-year-old lady who died while I was holding her hand. They left her body next to me for almost the whole day, and it did not bother me at all. I held her hand, and I managed to say to her words that Zoe once said on a video that she left: the Lord will never let you go. And it's all I could get out. I knew that the Lord was giving me the same word that He gave Zoe. And I held her hand, and her name is Auntie Thelma. And I didn't know who she was, and I had managed to get her family details from her tablet to manage to get to know the people, and I'm still yet to meet the daughter. But I was there for her last moments, and I was able to say goodbye to her. So I actually got to say goodbye to my own mother, which I couldn't say goodbye to because I wasn't there when my mom passed. And the next room I went to, I got to say goodbye to my father, because a man kept on coming in, which was with a lady, and he kept on saying that he wants jelly babies, and jelly babies is a very dear thing to my dad, and I always say if I feel down, I eat jelly babies. So I had a packet of jelly babies that Leon had sent me, and she kept on asking, can she just have one? And I'm like, no, you can't have jelly babies. So yeah, that was what my dad would have said. So I didn't give, and every time this man came in to visit his wife, I kept on asking, do you want a tissue? I don't know why, but he needs a tissue. But the Lord came and he healed my heart in such a way, because I was on oxygen, but I took my oxygen off and I started helping everybody else in the ward. I would go to each bed and say, I've got some oxygen now, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I do this for you? And after a while, I was translating for the Down syndrome lady, because she couldn't speak a word of English and the nurses couldn't understand Afrikaans and they were getting aggravated. But yeah, through helping those people, I actually started helping myself. And I went to heaven twice in that hospital time, where I got to the gates of heaven and went down the road and I saw the light, saw Jesus standing there. A beautiful white angel was lying on the doors of heaven. I must tell you, those heavenly doors are really good quality wood, and that angel that's lying on there is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. I wish I could print the picture that's in my brain. But she lay there, and the Lord stood there, and Zoe was hanging on his leg. But Zoe was younger than she was when she passed. And she was happy. She was lingering on, and like she used to do with us. And she was happy. And I said to her, my girl, I have to go back. I've got your dad and I've got a tyrant and I've got to look after them. And a nurse came to me. I still don't know if it's a nurse or an angel, because I still yet to go back to the hospital to find out if there is a Rachel. Because she came to me and she said, who is calling you? And I said, my daughter's calling me. She said, well, who's on earth that is wanting you? So I said, well, my husband and my son. So she said, okay. She says, what's your daughter's name? So I said, my daughter's name is Zoe. She says, Zoe, go back. Your brother and your father need your mom. Now and she is not coming now, and you go back. And my blood pressure was 70/40, and I was breathing very badly, and yeah, it was crucial. I was already up, seeing the Lord, and all of a sudden my vitals started to come up. And for 3 days, I heard Zoe calling me, Mommy, Mommy, for 3 days. I phoned Leon, and I said to him, tell Zoe to stop calling me. I phoned my sister, please tell Zoe to stop calling me. They didn't understand. They thought that I was going crazy. But it was a horrible experience, because I tried to fight to stay from going to her, because with all me, I wanted to be with her. But I know that she was meant to be only for a short period of life. And she was only meant for me to testify about her life, and that her name means abundant life. And she lives on. And Amen. She lives with Amen. Jesus, and she lives. I can tell you, the Lord brought me back to heaven in the service when Ernie was here for the third time. And he showed me Zoe's doctor, a pediatrician, who passed away this year. And I knew, Zoe's seeing a pediatrician now, And shame, there was people that were walking up to me in heaven in a line. And he walked and he says, I'm keeping an eye on her. So I was like, yeah, thank you. And I got to know some answers that I always asked the Lord. I said to the Lord, I know I was molested as a child, but who? Give me the answers. I went to my one aunt. I said, please tell me. No, I don't know nothing, but she did. She knew. And the Lord showed me who it was. And when I got to heaven, everyone's standing in a row. My dad was there, and I got to meet Leon's dad for the first time, because I never got to meet him because he died before we were together. And so I got to see my uncle, which was the one who molested me. And I walked up to him and I said to him, I know now, and I forgive you. So that was also release in the spirit. And the spirit was so awake when I got home from COVID. I just was verbal diarrhea. And I said to Leon, why don't you just tape it? Because, I mean, you kept on telling me to shut up, but you could have just taped it. But yeah, Zoe will live on, and I will carry on telling her story, because she's a testimony, and she's a beautiful little girl, and I see her still as the most beautiful princess. And she was a gift. She was my gift. And she's going to be a gift, and she's going to let people go down on their knees and say thank you for their children every day. Look after them, especially the little girls. I look at little girls and my heart breaks, especially when I see them hanging around their mommies and daddies, because that is what I miss most. But yeah, God has got her, and we miss her. We'll always love her, but we understand, and we know that she's got the best babysitter, her own daddy. Thank you.